number 30. For the given atomic number Z and mass number A, identify the element, give the element symbol, give the number of protons, neutrons, and electrons. So protons we will color pink, neutrons green, and electrons blue. As far as the atomic number and mass number, they are defined over here. The atomic number Z is the number of protons, and the mass number A equals the number of protons plus the number of neutrons. So we'll do a few of these. How about A? So A, it says Z equals 10, and that must equal the number of protons. Okay, so the proton, oops, the protons, you got 10 protons, and then the mass number, it says, is 20, and therefore the protons plus neutrons equals 20. Okay, so if you got 20 protons plus neutrons, and then you got 10 protons, and that must mean you got 10 neutrons. Okay, you see how that goes? You know the number of protons, and you know the number of protons plus neutrons, so you can figure out the number of neutrons, 20 minus 10. And then finally, the number of electrons is always the same as the number of protons when it's a balanced atom. So when the atom is what we call neutral, and it's always neutral unless told otherwise. So you're not said that the atom's not neutral. You know, this is not an ion that we're talking about. So the protons equal the electrons. So 10, 10, 10, pretty simple for this case. So we answered the third part. What about the element symbol and the element? Well, the element is defined by the number of protons. So here, this one defines the element. So let me highlight that actually. Okay, that defines the element. So let's look up element 10 on the periodic table. Here's the periodic table. It starts at number 1, hydrogen, and then goes across to number 2. Helium is over there. Helium, and then number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So number 10 is neon. Okay, there it is, neon. So we're talking about the element neon. And the symbol for neon is Ne. Okay, so let's check off A. How about D? Okay, D, we're told Z is 55 and A is 133. Remember, Z is the number of protons. So for D, you have, let's just write it down. So protons, neutrons, and electrons. And then you got 55 protons. Okay, now A is 133. So remember, A is protons plus neutrons. So if we take 133 and we subtract 55, let's zoom this back out, and we subtract 55, let's do that on the calculator here. 133 minus 55, and that comes out to 78 neutrons. And you remember, atoms are always neutral unless told otherwise. So the positive protons equals the negative electron. So we're not told that this is an ion here. There's no ions, so the protons equal the electrons in this case. And now that we know this is element 55, we can look up element 55 on the periodic table. So, find 25, 26, and go down. Okay, it's somewhere, maybe it's over here. Xenon's 54, so it looks like it's at the beginning of the next row. 55. So that's cesium. Cesium. I don't know cesium spelled like that. I thought it was this one. I usually see cesium spelled like this. So I'm going to put a little question mark, is this a typo? But anyway, so cesium and the symbol is CS. Okay, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? There you go. Sorry about that. You couldn't see what I was doing. 55 protons, 55 electrons, and then 78 neutrons, because 133 minus 55 is 78. So this is cesium, and it's CS. Finally, let's do one more. So how about, zoom back out here, how about F? Okay, Z is 79 now. Let me make a little bit more room. Okay, now Z, remember, is the number of protons, and then A is protons plus neutrons. So it looks like we got 79 protons, 79, and in the neutral atom, that's going to be 79 electrons. And what about neutrons? So remember, A is the mass number. This is protons plus neutrons. So if we take this and we subtract that, that'll give us neutrons. So let's go back to our calculator. So what is it? 197. That's a heavy atom mass number. It's got a lot of protons and neutrons in there. 197 minus 79. That's 118 neutrons. 118. So this is, let's see which element this is talking about. Which one's 79? Oh yeah, my favorite. That's gold. Okay, and the symbol is AU. AU, give me back my gold.